Have you ever gone to bed early, slept for 8 hours, and still woke up feeling completely exhausted? Maybe you've blamed it on a busy schedule, or told yourself you just need another cup of coffee. But what if you're not simply tired? What if your mind has been carrying so much stress for so long that it's quietly asking for help? Mental exhaustion doesn't always look like a breakdown. In fact, it often hides behind everyday behaviors that most people never recognize. You can go to work, take care of responsibilities, smile around friends, and still be mentally exhausted. That's what makes it so difficult to notice. Today, we're going to uncover 7 hidden signs that you're mentally exhausted, not just tired. Let's begin. Sign number 1. Small tasks feel overwhelming. Have you ever stared at a simple task like replying to a message, washing the dishes, or answering an email, but couldn't bring yourself to start? You know the task isn't difficult, yet it feels like it requires far more energy than you have. This isn't laziness. When your brain has been under constant stress, it begins conserving energy. Every decision, no matter how small, demands more mental effort. Even choosing what to eat, what to wear, or which task to do first can start feeling exhausting. As a result, everyday responsibilities begin to feel much heavier than they actually are. If even the smallest tasks seem overwhelming, your mind may be running on empty. Sign number 2. You feel emotionally numb. You receive good news, but you don't feel excited. Something upsetting happens, but you barely react. Instead of feeling happy or sad, you simply feel disconnected from your emotions. Mental exhaustion can cause your brain to reduce emotional intensity as a way of protecting itself. It's almost like turning down the volume on your feelings so you don't become completely overwhelmed. The problem is that this doesn't just reduce stress. It also reduces joy, motivation, excitement, and connection. You may find yourself going through the motions of daily life without truly feeling present in it. Sign number 3. Little things irritate you. Someone talks too loudly. The internet slows down. You spill your coffee. A minor inconvenience suddenly feels much bigger than it should. Normally, these situations wouldn't bother you very much, but now they make you unusually frustrated or even angry. Why? Because mental exhaustion leaves very little emotional energy in reserve. When your brain is already overloaded, it becomes harder to regulate emotions. Small frustrations that you would normally brush off suddenly feel impossible to ignore. It's not that you've become an impatient person. Your mind simply doesn't have enough energy left to stay calm the way it usually would. Sign number 4. You can't stop overthinking. Your body is resting, but your mind refuses to. You replay conversations over and over. You worry about things that haven't happened. You analyze tiny mistakes for hours. Even when everything seems fine, your thoughts keep searching for problems. A mentally exhausted brain struggles to filter unnecessary thoughts. Everything begins to feel important, urgent, and impossible to ignore. The more mentally drained you become, the harder it is for your brain to switch off. Instead of relaxing, your mind stays stuck in survival mode, constantly scanning for potential threats, problems, or future mistakes. This is why many mentally exhausted people feel tired all day but struggle to feel truly relaxed. Sign number 5. Your memory and focus keep getting worse. You walk into a room and forget why. You lose your train of thought during conversations. You read the same paragraph several times before understanding it. You struggle to focus on work, school, or even simple conversations. This can feel frightening, but in many cases, it's a sign that your brain is overwhelmed, not damaged. When you're mentally exhausted, a large portion of your mental resources are being used to manage stress. That leaves less energy available for concentration, memory, creativity, and problem solving. Think of it like having too many apps open on your phone at the same time. Eventually, everything starts slowing down. Sign number 6. You no longer enjoy the things you once loved. Your favorite hobby feels like a chore. You stop replying to friends. You cancel plans even when you were looking forward to them. Movies, games, music, or activities that once made you happy no longer bring the same enjoyment. Many people mistake this for laziness, but it's often a sign that your mind has been under pressure for too long. Mental exhaustion drains motivation before it drains physical energy. Deep down, your brain is prioritizing survival over enjoyment. As a result, things that once felt rewarding begin to feel like more work. This can leave people feeling confused because they don't understand why they no longer enjoy the things that used to make them happy. Sign number 7. Rest doesn't make you feel better. You sleep longer. You take weekends off. You spend hours relaxing. But no matter how much you rest, you still wake up feeling mentally drained. That's because physical tiredness and mental exhaustion aren't the same thing. Sleep restores your body. Mental exhaustion requires your brain to recover from ongoing stress. That recovery often comes from setting healthier boundaries, reducing unnecessary pressure, spending time with supportive people, moving your body regularly, and creating moments where your nervous system genuinely feels safe. If the source of stress never changes, more sleep alone may not be enough. Here's something important to remember. Mental exhaustion doesn't happen overnight. It builds slowly. One stressful day becomes one stressful week. One stressful week becomes months of carrying responsibilities, solving problems, meeting expectations, and putting everyone else's needs before your own. Eventually, your brain starts sending warning signs. Not because it's failing, because it's asking you to slow down. The good news is that mental exhaustion is not permanent. Your brain is incredibly resilient. Given enough recovery time, support, and self-care, it can regain its energy and balance. Healing isn't about removing every stressful situation from your life. That's impossible. It's about creating enough moments of rest, safety, and recovery that your mind no longer feels trapped in survival mode every second of the day. If you recognized yourself in several of these signs, don't be too hard on yourself. You're not weak. You're not lazy. You're not broken. Your mind has simply been carrying more than anyone else can see. Sometimes the strongest people are the ones silently fighting battles that nobody knows about. So instead of asking yourself, "What's wrong with me?" try asking yourself a different question. What has my mind been carrying for far too long? That single question can completely change the way you treat yourself. Because healing doesn't always begin by doing more. Sometimes it begins by allowing yourself to rest, by letting go of guilt, by asking for help when you need it, and by remembering that your value as a person has never depended on how much you can endure. Your mind deserves care too. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you in any way, please like, share, and subscribe for more videos on personal growth, mental clarity, and a peaceful life. See you in the next video.